Hi everybody, sorry, we're in now and we're live on YouTube. So apologies for the delay, a little bit of a technical glitch, but we're all good to go. So over to you, Renee, for the start of the meeting.
All right, welcome everyone. We're starting at 6:46 p.m. Thanks for bearing with us in here as well. So we will start with the statement of acknowledgement. We would like to acknowledge this land that we meet on today is the traditional lands for the Gawler people, and that we respect their spiritual relationship with their country. We also acknowledge the Gawler people as the custodians of the Greater Adelaide region, and that their cultural and heritage beliefs are still as important to the living Gawler people today. All right, and we will move on to the roll call. We have an apology from Isaac, and that's it for tonight. Motions to grant leave of absence. We non-attendance. I think everyone else is here. Is that correct? Oh yes. Christian, Clark, and Fatine are non-attendance today. The public forum declarations of interest. Can we please have confirmation of the minutes from last meeting? Mover, thanks, Jack. And a seconder. Thanks, Amelia. Sorry, I have to flick this between my screens. Is there any business arising from the previous minutes? No, okay. Number 7.1 is the appointment of chairperson and deputy chairperson to the YAC. Is there anyone who would like to nominate for deputy chairperson or chairperson? Reminding them that the term is 12 months long. And if either myself or Jack would like to apply again, we have to go through the same process now. The YAC. Is there anyone who would like to nominate for deputy chairperson or chairperson?
I think it might be easiest to do it one at a time, because someone who doesn't make it to chair might want to apply for deputy.
Or Jack would like to apply again.
Renee's recording coming through Natasha's computer.
Natasha, maybe if you mute. I think we're getting.
Sorry, Renee. I think we're getting some feedback. Is everybody else?
Easiest to do it one at a time.
Is everybody else getting
someone
that?
who doesn't make it to chair might want to apply for deputy.
Or Jack would like.
Can you mute, Natasha? Okay, that stopped it. So obviously your computer can't be on when Renee's talking. Back to you, Renee, sorry.
Okay, so let's start with deputy chair. Is there anyone that would like to nominate? Amelia? Is there anyone else that would like to nominate? Brenna as well? Oh, yeah, okay. So we're going to flip to a poll now for deputy chair. So Brenna has nominated and so has Amelia. Would either of you like to speak? Amelia, perhaps you want to go first?
Yeah, I'm Amelia. I'm 14 in year 10. I've been on the youth committee for about 2 years. I volunteered at events last year, such as with Bike Month and at the Fringe. and I'm really passionate about the community of Gawler. Thank you.
Thank you, Amelia. And Brenna?
My internet's dropping out. I don't think I would be able to have it long enough to make a speech. Yeah, I'll pass.
Okay. Brenna, just to confirm, you're still wanting to nominate? All right, so the poll will be between Brenna and Amelia. Yeah, so the poll will be anonymous. Natasha, when you're ready.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the poll. Sorry, it's just got 2 polls here and we only want to put 1 in. Okay. Okay, that's launched. Okay, everybody has voted. And I'll just end the poll now. So everybody should be able to see the results on the screen. So Amelia is voted as Deputy Chair.
I can't see the results, Natasha.
Can everybody see the results? Oh, share results. Hang on, sorry, didn't tick the extra button. Can everybody see that now? Excellent. Congratulations, Amelia.
Okay, thank you. Well done, Amelia. We will now move on to voting for chairperson. Is there anyone who would like to nominate? Jade? Is there anyone else who'd like to nominate? No. Just Jade? Okay.
If we only have 1 nomination, then we can accept that.
Yep, so we will move a motion now to appoint Jade as chairperson and Amelia as deputy chair. Okay. Jack, are you happy to move that Jade be appointed chairperson? Yeah, cool. and that Amelia be appointed Deputy Chair as well. And a seconder, please. Grace. Thank you, Grace. Nice.
We need to vote unanimously, carried unanimously, or?
Okay, cool. We will now vote. So that's carried. Just Brenna. Brenna has not voted, but I gather that's because of her internet, but the motion is carried. All right. Now we move on to the 7.2 Youth Sports Person and Youth Artist Sponsorship Program. So there have been 3 applications. Riley Taylor for a hockey sponsorship, Seth for hockey, and Michaela also for hockey. Thank you. Is anyone happy to move the motion that all 3 be granted their sponsorships? Jade, and a seconder. Darcy. All those in favour?
Brenna's just re-entered the meeting, so I think her internet must have dropped out.
The motion has been carried. Okay. Lost my spot now.
Page 21.
Youth Development Officer update. Deb?
Yes, thank you, Renee. So further than that report, we have obviously some positive feedback from the fringe events that we've been involved in on Friday, the 18th and 19th of February. It was a great success, and a big thank you to the Youth Advisory Committee who helped on the day. The band played Friday night at the Fringe, which was great to see, and their first public gig. So it was really great. A good positive image for the public as well. And then on the Saturday we had a drama performance. We also had a youth space open on the day, and we had the film that was recorded during the school holidays by some youth that they made throughout the Civic Centre, and we had some popcorn and biscuits badge making as well. So it was a really great day, and lots of people came through the space, so that was great. And then this Saturday coming up, we will be up at Hemmerford Grove Reserve for the Fringe in the Park. And if anybody is interested in helping out, you're more than welcome to let me know and join us on the day. That's from 10 till 1 p.m. up at the park in Gawler East. Also, our skate park lessons, we have open 2 sessions to commence in March and May now, and they are sold out, which is great. Response from the public. We've only just started putting them out there and they're already booked out, which is great. And that's with Sam Shetler at Connolly Park. And then our skate park competition is now just been released. And we do have a brand new poster which went live on Facebook this afternoon. So yeah, you'll be able to see that, and I'll pop it up on our page as well, so you can see when that is. That's on the 30th of April as well. And also the next update that for Youth Week, we were successful in receiving a grant for $1,500 through the Department of Human Resources to host a project during Youth Week, which showcased young people's talents and contributed to their achievements. So it was an initial idea of a band member to write an original song. So we're hoping to put together a group of people that will be looking to write an original song about Gawler, produce a film clip, and obviously showcase that during Youth Week, which is the week of the 17th to the 21st of May. Also, it's that time of the year where YMCA Youth Parliament applications are open. They will close very soon, 13th of this month. If anyone is interested in attending, please let me know. There are some sponsorships that can be looked through Rotary Light, who can offer 2 sponsorships. And then we have Gawler Rotary as well that could be looked at for some further sponsorship if there's more than 2 applicants. The other update is that the Youth Space Traineeship was advertised in February, with applications closing on the 25th of February. And staff are working through these applications received, and we'll have a further update at the next meeting. So we had approximately 76 applicants. So it's just a matter of getting them sorted out now. So thank you.
Thank you, Deb. We'll move on to number 8.1, which is my verbal update.
Sorry, Renee, mover and a seconder for Deb for that report.
What was any questions? And then a mover. Oh, sorry. Any questions for Deb? Can I have a mover, please? I can't see them all on my screen. Cody, would you like to speak? Anna, would you like to speak? No? Okay. I'll ask for a mover then, please. Abby, thank you. And a seconder. Brenna, all those in favour? Unanimously carried. Okay, thank you. Now we'll move on to my verbal update. I haven't got anything to say because we have been swapping over school years. So Tony Piccolo's YAP has been put on hold. There is one thing with the Mayor, Jack and I, along with a couple of other representatives, had a meeting with the Minister for Transport's staff about the train line. And I would say that was pretty successful. Jack, I'm not sure if you want to speak more to that in your accessibility to transport update. I will let you anyway. And then we will move on to the 8.2 Youth Advisory Panel update, which, as I just said, there's been no meetings. So we'll go straight on to Jack, your youth accessibility to transport update.
Okay. I wasn't aware I was covering the accessibility to transport part, but just wanted to highlight about the meeting with DIT the other week. We feel like that went quite well. It was Renee, Isaac, Amelia, and myself. I'm hoping I'm not forgetting anyone else. And we discussed the elements that sort of led to sort of, you know, where we're at now with why we went with a subcommittee of the accessibility to transport that Isaac started up, and the findings from that, along with, you know, potential positive outcomes that could be led through continual collaboration between DIT and ourselves. Unfortunately, we didn't have any representatives from the government there. It was just Department of Infrastructure and Transport staff members. And yeah, there'll be continual conversations in the future regarding the assimilation between DIT and council regarding transport and accessibility in the future, which is quite exciting. And I do highlight that Isaac posted his report on the Facebook group today. So if someone hasn't read it, I highly recommend you do. It's quite interesting and fascinating. So that's my little update.
Thank you, Jack. We'll move on to items listed for discussion at future meetings. We've got the tourism strategy, digital storytelling.
Kirsty Dudley, our Special Projects Officer, will be coming to the next meeting. I know we've been putting that off for a little while, but we just thought it would be difficult, this meeting being on Zoom. So she's definitely penciled in for April. So we're hoping that she'll be able to attend then.
Thank you, Natasha. Questions on notice. We've got Abby had a couple of questions about the collection of dead animals. So the first question was, who responds and collects roadkill in the Gawler area, and do they have any training or experience in checking the pouches, checking the life and rescuing wildlife?
So I've just shared my screen for a response. So normally we would have had these printed out for you and available for you to have a look at, but I'll just, can everybody see my screen okay? I'll move it down as I read through it. Abby, can you see that? Excellent. So yes, we'll post this up on the Facebook group as well after this meeting. But in answer to Abby's questions, we sought some feedback, and the answers were provided by Council's Town Services staff. So the first question was, who responds and collects the roadkill in the Gawler area? The answer was the Town of Gawler's Town Services staff and after hours call out service are responsible for the recovery of deceased animals on council land within the Gawler Council boundary areas. It does exclude Department of Infrastructure and Transport roads as per the list. So you can read that list. So they're the roads that we reported to them for any removal. The second question that Abby had was, do they have any training or experience in checking the pouches, checking the life and rescuing wildlife? Council staff have, or the response provided was, council staff have many years of experience when attending deceased animals and will always check the deceased animals' pouches for life or injuries. Staff will contact the relevant authorities to best manage the situation and or recovery to be able to then be released back into the wild. Okay, so we'll post that up in the group, Abby, especially for you. So if you've got any further questions on that, just let us know.
Wonderful, thank you. Item 11, questions without notice. Cody?
Yeah, my question is just around the new chair and new deputy chair. Are they going to get training in particular? Because I know we've had training for chairing meetings and such in the past, but obviously it's new. I think two people I don't believe have ever chaired a meeting before, so I thought that might be helpful to have.
I'll answer that one through the chair. Absolutely, we will set that up. We'll do individual separate training, and they'll also receive a handbook. We will arrange that training with our governance staff. And then we do also have the general committee training on meeting procedures as well. Coming up, obviously, we rescheduled that for the April meeting, so we can have it in person. We're hoping, all going well. And that training is being done by Felice from Norman Waterhouse, who's highly experienced, and she's also offered to stay and observe the meeting and to provide any feedback, particularly to the new chair and deputy chair. So I think that'll work out quite well for the timing. But we'll certainly work with the new chair and deputy chair so that they're comfortable, and give them all the support that we can as well.
Thank you. Any other questions?
Now, Renee, do we have the resignations to note?
We do, yes. Sorry, I have to flick through screens to make sure no one else has their hand up.
That's all right, no problem. I can't see anybody's hand up for any other questions. Sorry, I should be helping you with that.
No, that's all right. So the resignation I have under motions without notice, but we've got a motion on notice from Jack.
Right. So my motion is that we, as the Youth Advisory Committee, recommend the council that a subcommittee be formed for the purpose of organising activities and events to promote Bike Month, to be held in the month of October 2022, and that 4 members are appointed to the subcommittee. It is an amended version of the one that I was hoping to move a couple of months ago. Obviously, COVID and all the problems that it caused has made it more realistic to run Bike Month in October. And October 16th is National Ride Your Bike to Work Day. So that's a similar sort of campaign that we can jump onto and help support. So that's my motion.
All right, can I have a seconder for that motion, please? Jade, thank you. And all those in favour?
It's carried. Yeah, you can see that.
Wonderful. We've got motions without notice. So here we've got the Gawler Youth Advisory Committee acknowledges the resignation of I'm sorry if I get this wrong, Fatten and Christian, and that they are thanked for their service on the Gawler Youth Advisory Committee. So can I get a mover and a seconder, please? Amelia. Cody. Thank you. Okay. That's everything for tonight. Oh, sorry. Voting, please. It's carried unanimously. Has anyone got a question without notice? Jade?
Well, yes, just in relation to SEEP updates, we haven't had a meeting with the SEEP. Oh, we had a meeting with the SEEP in February, but we didn't have a YAC meeting. And I saw that it wasn't scheduled to be talked about on this this meeting. So yes.
If you'd like to provide an update, Jade, you're more than welcome to, and we can put it under items listed for discussion.
Okay, I'll just do a quick one. So our meeting was on Zoom, which was a different experience for most of us. The main things that we talked about were about setting up an informative workshop with council members' participation, instead of just providing regular updates to council members, having them come and sit with SEEP members and discuss the action plan, rather than just, I guess, hearing feedback from the group members themselves. And we're also moving towards talking to the community about the plan and document, and why we've made the plan, why it's important, and what the key messages are of this plan, and why it needs to be heard by the citizens of Gawler. There was talk of having a frequently asked questions page within the document, and it was slightly mentioned that some YAC members may have opinions or questions they'd like to ask about the document. Questions like, how will the plan impact the youth, and what do the youth need to do to ensure that the plan is successful? And this may be an opportunity for SEEP members to come and speak to the YAC, I guess, more than just me giving my updates. And then we can collaborate together to come up with questions and answers in relation to this plan. And yes, hopefully that can be arranged for a future YAC meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Jade. Councillor Shanks, do you have a question as well?
No, sorry, that was my tick still up from the last one.
No worries. Any other questions?
Renee, can I just ask, should we put that SEEP onto the items listed for discussion at future meetings?
Yes.
The presentation, yep.
Okay, if there's no other questions, we can close the meeting at 7:18 p.m. Our next meeting will be the 4th of April at 6:30 p.m. All right. Thank you, everyone, for bearing with us.
Thank you, everybody.